Please welcome Teresa Sullivan, President of the University of Virginia.
Thank you very much for letting me interrupt your luncheon. This is the conclusion of my 4 years of service as an officer with APLU, and I want to say what a great experience it has been, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm often asked what's the difference between public and private institutions, and I want all of you to know that I do not think it is a function of revenues. Both public and private institutions receive tuition, and both public and private institutions receive federal financial aid, federal grants, tax credits, charitable deductions, and to a large extent, many private institutions also receive state funding. So if it's not a matter of where the money comes from, what makes us public? I believe that what makes us public is our public mission and our governance. And those are very different and very important from what other institutions do. Don't lose sight in your jobs of what is most important. In our colleges and universities, we play a long game. We touch generations whom we bring to adulthood, developing them intellectually, but also developing them in other ways as well. And in the process, we touch their families, and ultimately, we touch their children and their children's children. We fulfill the dreams of students, their parents, and their grandparents. And it is a very important function we fill. We are also essential for the continuation of democracy. I'm sometimes criticized for quoting the University of Virginia's founder, Thomas Jefferson, but I'm going to do it anyway. He wrote to a friend in 1820, "I know no safe depository of the ultimate powers of the society but the people themselves. And if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome discretion, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their discretion with education. This is the true corrective of abuses of constitutional power." Or as we sometimes put it more simply, an educated citizenry is the bulwark of the republic. That is the job all of you do. And I thank you very much for the opportunity to serve with you and to join with you in this great mission. And let me wish you great success as you carry it forward. And now I would like to take this opportunity to pass the gavel for the APLU Board of Directors. Yes, that's right. Congratulations. I know you'll do a great job.
Thanks so much.
Yes.
We spent hours practicing that. Thanks, Teresa, for all that you've done for higher education and APLU in particular. As I was reflecting on the couple of moments I have to speak here, I looked at the title of today's, or this week's conference, The Age of Disruption. And in the 23 years that I've been involved in heading up 2 different campuses and now 2 different systems, I would say that that topic is high on the agenda in terms of what we're facing today as a society. The magnitude of challenges before us, and those of us that have been in the President's session have heard a whole list of them today, really are coming together in such a way that we've never, I don't think, faced challenges like this in our past. The decreasing state support in our budgets, the challenges related to inclusion and diversity, after decades of efforts, only marginal success in that arena, the lack of civility on our campuses in many ways, and most importantly, as I feel, is the loss of really what we're losing, the eroding belief in us and trust in us by the general public. I gave a speech recently at ASCU talking about what Terry just mentioned, our role as in instilling the idea of civic engagement and civic responsibility in our students and building a society that together we can all be proud of. We need to rebuild that trust, reestablish that belief, garner the support that we've had for decades, and continue to open our doors through access and affordability with quality to our students in the public sector. If we're going to improve our society, again, reflecting off of what Terry just said, we're going to do it through education and an educated citizenry. We are the key components to a successful future, to the successful outcomes we all dream of. So having said that, I think APLU plays a key role. The board, the leadership, including Peter, all of you, in terms of setting the kind of public policy we need. Public policy is so critical to our future, getting us the resources we need, again, critical to our future. Again, playing off of the themes for today's conference, navigating, innovating, and excelling, hopefully those three themes will help us find a way to a much more desirable future, something that we can all be proud of and that our students can utilize to become whoever they dream to be. I like to say that, our institutions need the support, public and financial, but our students deserve the support, and we as a society need to make sure that we continue to give it to them. So hopefully together we will find that path. It's a little bleak at the moment, some of the things happening here in our capital, but I think together we will get there. Thank you again for this, giving me a chance to serve in this role and in this capacity, and I hope to be able to work with all of you to make things a little bit better a year from now. Thanks again.